So I wanted to ask you, you shot your first feature film. It's going through post-production now. I want to know, how's the career going? How's the film going? Yeah, what's the next step for you with this project?
For sure. As far as how the film's going, I was talking to the editor a couple days ago, or it's probably last week. Time's moving by fast, and I didn't realize how much. I thought he was just slicing scenes together and cutting scenes where they just don't, in order to speed up the pace. No, this dude's like mixing in audio, where he said, I think you delivered this line better in this take, so I'm going to find a way to fit it in this take. Like, dude, he's doing it.
Right.
He's deep into it.
That's good.
And we almost have a rough cut.
Okay.
And he's got it down to, the last thing I heard almost a month ago was at 2 hours and 30 minutes. He's gotten it down to an hour and 36 minutes.
Wow, good.
Yes.
Good.
And just, really good. And dude, he says, dude, it looks really good. It looks really good. And a couple days ago, we're talking about, we have a Film Freeway account. If you're at a Film Freeway, it's basically an account where you can submit to film festivals directly. And we just started compiling a list of film festivals we want to submit to, just so we can try to get the word out there and everything. So it's moving, even though we have just a rough cut.
Yeah.
It's moving really good. It's moving really fast. And everything's great so far, man.
I would say success of that too is you guys never stop communication, and that's the biggest thing about it. You can't stop communication throughout the process.
Yes, even though I'm not, because they're closer together. They're all in Chicago. Okay. I'm the only one that's in LA. So while they haven't stopped communicating, and I've just been letting on what's going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he only called me because we have to do an ADR session pretty soon. Really, really minimal. It's gonna take like 2 hours at minimum. But no, dude, the project's going well. I'm very blessed. I hope, I just want people to like the material and everything.
Yeah.
But more importantly, how's your project going, man? I'm more excited about your journey of building an IP and everything.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate that, man. I was, things just kind of fall into your lap, or things kind of nothing falls into your lap, guys. That's the biggest lie you'll ever hear. But, I was online yesterday, and I saw a guy who had a short film. I saw a guy on Film Courage. His first name is Jesse. I'll get his last name soon enough. But he was on there because he shot a feature film, and he shot a feature film starring Lacey Hale, which is a friend of a friend of mine. And I believe everyone's gonna be so pissed because I don't know which project she started on, but I believe it was like I think it's Pretty Little Liars or something like that. A show that ran forever. A woman watched it, and he got his first feature film with her in it, but he did it all off of a proof of concept. And he's talking about in his Film Courage video and how he shot a proof of concept. They shot 4 years ago or 3 years ago, and it was out there online, or I don't remember how he went about it, but the studio did not want to touch his script because no one wants to read. They didn't want to touch the script until they saw the proof of concept. He said proof of concept for him, what it did was, it made the studio say, hey, we'll read your script. That's all you want from a proof of concept, by the way, is for the studio to be like, hey, I'll read your script. And proof of concept is kind of in the vein of his actual feature film. But they're the same genre, but they're not even the same film. It's not like an extension of it. But just because they see that he can assemble something good together, they're like, hey, let me read what you got. I want first look on it. And we call that first look in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I say also to go back and say is, I have a project called New Era. That's what's currently titled. And this project is obviously I'm the writer, but it's brilliant work. When I speak to people, and I just drop tidbits of it because it's very layered. When you world build, it's very layered. It's like painting over something, painting over, and your job is condense it. And your job is also to make it tighter, right? Have Easter eggs here, Easter eggs there. And so my short film and then my actual feature film script vary very greatly. But you still can connect the dots well enough that you see the short, which is shot phenomenally. It's visually stunning and well told. It'll make you ask, hey, let me get the first look at whatever script you got. I don't care what scripts you have. Let me see those. And I say this all to say for any creatives out there, this is what this is for. We're helping out people, down the pipeline. But, if you have a short film that's stunning, or a short project that's great, or a calling card like that, make sure you have feature scripts ready to go, because that's the actual product. The other thing's a commercial, and so I would hate to see a commercial or something and want to call and buy it, and they say, "Oh, we don't actually have the product." You know what I mean? A lot of times that's what people do when they have short films. Like, "Oh, that was it." Like, "Oh, that was it." Oh, okay, and that's the end of that conversation. But now I got this commercial out there, and I have this feature film saga. So it's going to be a franchise. It's written to be a franchise. It's world building. It's everything you guys would like. In the sense of it sets up a lot of things in the first installment. So, in short, it's going great. New Era, the short film, will be out here within the next week. We were on a 7-day countdown. I'll probably drop this episode today, so you guys know we're on a 7-day countdown for New Era. New Era, the POC, the proof of concept, and it's beautiful in some way, and I'm excited to see the team we put together for the actual the first feature from installment. I think we'll have studio backing, and I'm pretty confident in that.
Dude, I'm excited to see this project, man. I've only, just because we live together and everything, I've seen snippets of it, but I don't want to spoil myself, so I've been trying to refrain myself from asking too many questions, like, "Oh, what's the plot? What's the story?" Like, I just been really, because I want to see it in real time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. For the audience, I want to give you guys a couple hints about it, in the sense of it's very vague. You'll watch this, you'll ask yourself, what I just watched, but I didn't mind watching it. And because we're trying to compact a lot of information into a short bit, but man, you're gonna like that ride, man. It's a good one, and something that you're gonna say, "Hey, I know this guy can make films."
Yeah.
I trust him with any script. I trust him with any talent, and I'm surprised that somebody at the age of 28 can actually film something of this caliber. And I filmed it when I was 24, so that's been a long time coming, guys. So. Wait till I get to the feature films, guys, down the road. But in the meantime, you guys are on a 7-day countdown for New Era. Go to chad-chambers.com. Get on that list, and you'll be the first to get the exclusive drops from it. They'll be rolling out probably as soon as today. So. Guys, you go to chadchambers.co or chad-chambers.com. Either one is fine, and you'll find a lot of that redirect you back to New Era, the New Era trailers. So I'm super excited.
How many trailers do you have right now?
Man, I'll tell you, dude, we're probably sitting at somewhere like, I'll probably say 4 trailers.
That's dope.
Yeah, 4 trailers in queue. Trailer 1 we'll be seeing here within the next 2 days or 3 days. So I'm caught between a couple projects. Caught between my project, caught between the franchise, and caught between work with my team that's going to be doing this project that we'll be going out to Toronto here soon for TIFF. I've kept you guys up to speed on that. I did a project last year with some notable filmmakers, man, and that will be coming out in TIFF at Toronto Film Festival in about 2 weeks, man. So it's been a ride, but this whole LA experience has been, man, all 8 years have been. All 8 years have been a ride, Lots happened. A lot's happened, but I want to wrap some things up in the sense of. There's a lot of points I want to hit here because I have to really connect with the audience on this piece. And I'll let you wrap this thing up. But the difference between New Era, the first project, the sizzle reel. I pulled a lot of my engine. You want to tell a story, whether it's fantasy, sci-fi, which is a sci-fi fantasy, sci-fi thriller, sci-fi fantasy. When you write one of these pieces, it needs to be grounded in truth. And the way I grounded it in truth the first time, or aimed to ground it in truth the first time, was based off my friend Mark, who passed away when we were 19. He was murdered when he was 19, and that really affected me. And so I wrote this monologue that you guys will hear throughout the trailer, and everyone around me has heard it enough, but about loss. And that's how I wrote the first sizzle, because I need to understand the story I need to be told. And people say your first draft is just you telling you the story. Mm-hmm. That's how my first film was. But the actual feature film of New Era is a whole nother beast. And to write that, I had to anchor myself into one bit of truth, even though it's sci-fi, fantasy, everything you love about the unknown is in this piece. The only truth I had to gear it towards is between the lead, Elias, and his sister, Anastasia, or Anna in the script. And for those who know me, my little sister, Anastasia, passed away at 19 as well, passed away in March 11th. And that was the truth I needed to root this fantasy story in, is a relationship between this brother trying to be strong for his little sister she's dying of cancer in this piece. And he's also dying of cancer as well, but his is at something's combating it. And it might just be some sort of deep, long need to be strong for those around him. But you're gonna really like Elias in the story, and he goes on a sick adventure on what does it mean to be human in a world that's trying to part away from humanity. And so New Era is one of one, guys, and I cannot wait. I'm glad you're on this 5-year journey with me, going forward from this point, because it might be a year, it might be 2, it might be 3, but this franchise is coming, and this saga is coming, and truthfully, in some ways, we're already here. So thanks for giving me space to share that stuff, man.
Yeah, dude.
But, New Era, man. Yeah, the engine for it was Anastasia Chambers, and in memory of her. And yeah, I can't believe how God's been blessing me with both the highs and lows, learning a lot, and just learning how to sustain it all. I'm glad I didn't blow up 5 years ago. I'm glad I didn't blow up 8 years ago. I tell my family that when we talk to them, they're like, "Man, you doing this still?" I'm like, "I'm so glad I didn't blow up earlier. I wouldn't be able to manage it. I would not have been able to manage it, you know." What gets you here in this industry, I want you guys to listen to this. I know a lot of you are impatient, like I get sometimes.
Same here.
But what gets you in this industry, what gets you to this point in this industry, the stuff you go through is the same that's going to keep you here, right? So all the setbacks, all the heartbreaks, all the stuff that falls through, all the jobs you almost got, is the same exact fine cutting and sharpening you need to stay on your toes and to stay here in this industry. And so if you want longevity, you want to, you know, not be new to it, but to be true to it. And so I'm gonna close the episode out with that, and you know, go to chad-chambers.com, and let's go ahead and tap in and get ready for New Era, the sizzle reel short film. All right, this is Black Hollywood.
Yep. See you guys at the top.
We'll see you at the top.
See you at the top. Let's wait.